Hello guys, in this YouTube video I will explain you the 8 most commonly asked pattern program in Java. These all 8 patterns will help you in program any type of pattern. If you understand those 8 and the logic behind building those 8 pattern, I hope you can make any type of star pattern. I will make another series on numeric or alphabetic pattern, but this is all about the star patterns. So I hope by the help of this 8 pattern you get an idea how you can make any pattern, eh, and how the logic will work and what the exact approach you need to focus and you need to understand. So let's see one by one what what is this pattern and how this pattern will print and what logic we will apply on that. So let's go guys. Studio we can see the basic format in which we can draw any type of pattern. So let's start it. So firstly we start with what is pattern in Java and how to print pattern in Java. So we're gonna see this with this notes on Java point. So basically there are three types of patterns here. Firstly we consider star patterns. Star patterns are like with the stars with any design. Numeric same patterns but with the numeric values in different ups and downs, or same as characters. So star patterns are look like this. So if we draw like I saw, if we draw a pattern of a half pyramid like a rectangle like this, so but we can consider this in a box, in a 4 by 4 box. The columns we're gonna say a J and the row we're gonna say I. So we do not, if I draw these stars only, so do not consider only stars. You can also need to consider this space. So firstly the logical ways you need to draw your pattern in this format in cross by cross, so you can kind of see how much space blocks are there and how much the block in which your pattern are printed. So this is, there are three type of patterns all we can say. So about this pattern we're gonna draw this pattern. So firstly I will write some basic program of Java, you know? So we'll create a class main, and create a function which is public static void main string args. Okay, so here we can write our program. So this is simple, just we need the I will show you the basic format you need, which you need to be written in every time, in every single time you create or a print a pattern. So we need to create two for loops. The first for loop for I, for int i int I is equals to 1. Okay, I is equals to 1, and I less than equals to 5. I will explain everything. Just I will show you the basic format first. And for j, int j is equals to 1, j less than equals to 5, and j plus plus. Okay, cool. So here in this we're gonna write if statement. If Anything we wanna write in this. If this is true, if this is true, then we can print a star. And if this condition is false, we wanna print a space. Simple. So let me write out the system. Right, system dot out dot println. Here I will write x, and if this condition is wrong, then we write system dot out dot println. Here and here we can print the space. Cool. So all our logic will be move around the condition we're gonna write in this if condition. If this condition is true, then our star will be printed. If this condition gonna wrong, then space will print. And with only this condition, our whole pattern gonna print. Okay. So firstly, I will explain this I and J block. So as this shows, yeah. So if we draw our pattern like this is our pattern. So this is this column. We're gonna say J, and this is column. We're gonna say I. So this is the for loops. I for loop gonna run from 1 to 4, and J column gonna run from 1 to 4. So this is for loop for condition. I gonna start with 1, and I goes less than equals to 4. J gonna start from 1, J gonna less than equals to 4. Cool. So this is what I loop and J loop is all around. Okay. Now the condition. The now how we create the logic which we're gonna put in this if condition. So our pattern gonna print. Okay. So let's go on a whiteboard. So this is our pattern. Our pattern is by 5 by 5. So our for loop gonna run from 1 to 5. This is I, and this is J. Okay. So we're gonna write here 1. This is when I is 1, the star on 1. The I is when I is 2. The J is 1 and 2. The I is 3. Then J is 1 2 3. Then I is 4. Then J is 1 2 3 4. Then I is 5. Then J gonna 1 2 3 4 5. So here we can find the position when I is that position, and on that position J will run on the limit. So it is limit. When I is 3, the J loop gonna run from 1 to 3. When I is on 4, the J loop gonna run 1 2 3 4. Simple. So for making this more simple, we can simply write here. Here we can write I, same like again. The next step. These are first step and second step and third step. We can go for this is the first step to draw this, the second step to convert this on this, and after a second the third step will be like this. I will show when I. So here we can write when I is 1, when I is 2, when I is 3, when I is 4, when I is 5. So here write the position of I, and when I is 1. When I is 1, then after we can write, basically we can write J less than equals to. Okay. So when I is 1, then here you can see. Let's start with this. When I is 3, then J is less than equals to 3. When I is 2, then J is less than equals to 2. So we can do same. Just write 1 here, then here. J less than equals to, we can copy this. Yeah. When I is 1, then J less than equals to 1. When I is 2, then J less than equals to 2. When I is 3, J less than equals to 3. When I 4, J less than equals to 4. When I is 5, J less than equals to 5. Okay. So here you can understand this, why I draw this and why I put like this and why I'm doing this. So we can consider it as a step one to draw your pattern like this, then convert when I is 1, then star on 1, when I is 2, then star on 1 2, then I is 3, then star is 1 2 3, when I is 4, then star is 1 2 3 4, when I is 5, then star on 1 2 3 4 5, and then we can convert this into a single statement which but it have a minimal change, 1 2 3 4 5. So here third step is to write just like one, like just because then in logical way we can say j is less than equals to 1, and here when I is 2, then we can say j less than equals to 2, I is 3, j less than equals to 3, when I is 4, then j less than equals to 4, when I is 5, then j less than equals to 5. Simple. Okay, so we cannot put all this statement in if condition. You remember that if condition. So we need to put one if condition. So that one if condition gonna print all this. Okay. So how can we can create? So here is the logical part. Okay. So this is what say. This is what. Yeah, we can. I will come to edit this. Say got it, and here another one. This. Yeah. So this is step one, this is step two, then is step three, and the last step is come here. So you can see here, it here is only one thing gonna change, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5, and same I is gonna run. When I is 1, then 1, 2, then 2, then 3, then 3, then 4, then 4, then 5 and 5. So why don't we just write like this J? Wait a second. Just why don't we write like when J is less than equals to I? Just because every time when I is 1, then J gonna be 1. When I is 2, then J gonna be 2. So this is the only single condition we need to write on if statement. So our pattern gonna be print easily. So here is some changes. Here is not 1. Here I. Yeah, this is the only condition we need to write. So let's go in compiler. Yeah, in this side, this is our basic template of writing any pattern. So here we need to write the same thing, which is j less than equals to I. And remember, the I started from 1 and end up on. It will run until 5. It will start with j also start with 1, and then it will run until 5. On this condition gonna print each and every time when x need to be printed, and if this condition is gonna false, then it will print space, just like this. Here every time when condition is true, the star is printed, and every time condition is false, then else part will print and it will print the space. Basically this is gonna print this box. So we're gonna run this and see the output. One online compiler. So this is our program basically, main class. This is if statement 1 to 5, and j statement from 1 to 5. This if condition we see how it will be look and what the logic behind, and this will print x, and in else part this will print space. We in this single pattern we don't need to print else, just because there's no need, but this is the format just because I will explain it. If we remove this else part also, nothing gonna happen. The pattern will print as well as the same. So This is the basic intro about the how we can print a pattern with the basics. In further videos, I will explain with the basics to advance. We will grow with a more difficult pattern in each and every video. So we will see you there. Thank you so much for the watching. Remember those steps. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. This will gonna help. Each and every time you gonna write your pattern and then gonna create a logic. Just throw this, then do this, then do this, and you will find your only answer. Thank you so much. In this video, we're gonna see right triangle start pattern in Java, which is look like this. So let's go on our whiteboard. So here is so yeah. So what is all our first step is to write to draw our pattern like this and draw some boxes, some lining to so that I know so that we can know what is our I, what is our J, and from where our I start and from where our I end. Same with the J, from where J I start, from where J end. By this help, we firstly gonna write our basic program and gonna type our for loop of I on J, which is here. Yeah, which is here. So this is our basic Java program. This is our class, main class and main function. Here, our first task is to write down the for loop of I and J. So for I start from 1 and I less than equals to 5, and it will increase by 1. So I will add increment operator and it will be consider int. Okay, so same again I will for loop of J, which is J is equals to I int J is equals to 1, J less than equals to 5, and J plus plus and J plus plus. Okay, so here if condition we're gonna write, and if this condition gonna true by any case, then our system dot out dot println, print not println, because that will divert to the next line each and every time one single pattern gonna print, single star gonna print. So here we write our star. Yeah, and if this condition gonna false in else part, sorry, in else part, each and every time this condition gonna false, then a space gonna print here. Okay, so we'll write space here, and each and every time when j loop gonna end, we need to we need to go to the next line. For next line we will print ln. So this is like system dot out dot print ln, and just like that. So now this is our basic body of our pattern program. So I started from 1 to 5, J started from 1 to 5, and here in this if condition we need to write a condition which matches each and every time when we need to print our star. And by default, when this condition is not gonna match, the space gonna print there. So let's go. So first for and basic task, we need to draw this type of box, and so and we know I and 5. What our second step? So second step, here we need to write, we need to know the I when I is equals to when I is equals to 1, When I switch to 1, I will print you for you here. Okay, cool. So when I is equals to 1, then where we need to print star? On the fifth position, on the fifth index. It will not start from the fifth index. When I is 2, then it will start from 4 5. When I is 3, when it will start from 3 4 5. When I is 4, it will start from 2 3 4 5. It will when I is 5, it will start from 1 2 3 4 5. So this is our basics. So we've numerically we let where need to be I and J. What's the position we need when printing this pattern? So this is a numerical way, physical way. We need to convert it in a logical way. So how we gonna convert this in a logical way? So see. Let's see and think how can we convert this condition in a single line, which we put in if condition. So what we gonna do? We will just just do like from I3. When I is 3, what we gonna see? J की क्या position? What's the position of J? J is a greater than equals to 3, right? Right? And let's suppose on fifth, what's the position? J is greater than equals to 1. Yeah. And here J is in on one position. J is greater than equals to 5. So this is the logic. We will convert it in a one paragraph in third and fourth step. So here it will be written as just like j is greater than equals to 5. Yeah, just j is greater than equal to 5, and second j is greater than equals to 4, j is greater than equals to 3, j is greater than equals to 2, and j is greater than equals to 1. Yeah, so this is the little bit shortened process by converting this into this. Now we need to convert this into a single line. So what we can do? So how can we read this? When I is 2, then j is greater than equals to 4. When I is 1, greater than equals to 5. So you're gonna see some similarities in this line and this line. This is actually opposite of it. So can we say that let to consider this? Can we say I when I is 3? Okay, I is 3 on each and every time. So why don't if I write j greater than equals to 6 minus I? Yeah, j is greater than equals to 6 minus I. Okay, 6 minus I. So what if I write j6 minus I here with in front of everyone? Just consider 1. So if I write here same position, same j is 6 minus I, which means j is greater than equals to 6. 6 minus I what? 3. 3 minus 3, it's 3. Same here, same with here, same here. 6 minus I, what is I is 2. 6 minus 6 minus 2, which is 4. Same here. So this single condition gonna apply on each and every place. If I write like if I write this condition, so we're gonna write this condition on a if condition. Each and every time this condition gonna true, this condition gonna match and star gonna print. So let's do this on our code. Yeah. Okay, here we write and let's run it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here you can see our pattern will be printed like that. So guys, this is all you need to remember is the steps we have done here. First step is this, second step is this, third step is this, and the fourth step is this. Nothing need to worry, nothing need to too much headache. You just need to follow some steps. All pattern gonna be run very easily. When in a hard one, we're gonna discuss it later, and that gonna be so easy. This is a very basic and most asked pattern from interview preparation and placements, and this is the most basic one also. So let's see what's the logic behind this pattern here. So firstly, as we do our first step, which is draw the pattern in this on your draw this pattern on paper by your pen. Just draw it like this by box by box, so you know from where your J start and where it end, and where your I start and where it end. So in this pattern, our I start from 1 and it will end at 4, and in this our J start from 1 and it will end at index number 7. So we will run our for loop of I from 1 to 4 and for loop of J from 1 to 7. So let's type our basic template body for that. So here is we will type for loop of I and I, which is start from 1 till as equals to list till at 4 index. So here index number 4 less than equals to 4 and I plus plus, and another for loop for J int J is equals to 1, J less than equals to J will run till as it here for 7. Okay, so we'll write J is less than equals to 7 and J plus plus. Yeah, okay, in this we will write our if log. If this condition is going to true, our star will print there, or if this condition is false, the space is going to print there. Okay, if this condition is true, so then print our star here, and if this condition gonna false, in that case you're gonna print space there. So yeah, and each and every time when J loop gonna end, we need to bring our cursor to the next line. For that we will write system ln. So we write print ln. So for that we write system dot out dot print ln. Now this is the body of our program. So now we only need to find the logic we need to put here, and by which each and every time the condition gonna true, the x will print, and each and every time this condition gonna false, the space gonna print. And by this condition matches this pattern gonna be print. So this is our first step. And what's the second step? So our second step is to write our pattern in this way. So how can I write this? Let me explain you. We'll write here, put this here. Now when the position of I is 1, when I is 1, J star will print at index 4. When I is 2, star gonna print on 3 4 5 index number. And when I is 3, then index print 2 3 4 5. Same as when I is 4, J gonna print 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so first step this and second step this. After writing this, we need to simplify this section. We will need to simplify this section in a less customized thing. So what we can do, let's assume it with the middle value. Let's consider this value. Now here, can I write this like this? It is 3 4 5. It's above greater than equals to 3. It is greater than equals to 3. Either it is 3 and more than 3. So we can write J is greater than equals to 3, right?
Nothing wrong in this. But how can I stop if my j loop can go up further after 5? What if it goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? No, we don't need it. So we will put two condition, or each and every time we will put two condition in a single if statement. We use and operator. So we will write our and here. If j greater than equals to 3 and j less than equals to 5, either 5 or less than 5. So for by this condition, it means it says that our j is greater than equals to 3 and less than equals to 5. So what's the value? Value is 3, 4, 5. Exactly. Okay. So by this, what if I write this? Write the same for this statement. Let me copy this. So in second case, in when I is 3, j is either 2 or greater than true, or j is 6 or less than 6. Okay. And in last case, 1 and 7 and one more for the top, which is here. It will be greater than equals to 4. We need to type this also to make it as a sequence. It is compulsory. So yeah. Okay, so we can write this section of code, this section of numerical values into this in a logical way. This is our third step. After doing this, let me erase it and put something. So yeah. So after putting this in like that way, how can I convert this into a one line code? In a one line code, just like we did in previous videos. So what we always do, we will find some similarities from this I, how our I gonna work. So let's have, it is 4 and it is 3, it is 2, it is 1. It is in decreasing manner, or I is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an increasing manner. So what's the logic? How can I compare this? Let me explain you. What if I write 5 minus I? What if I write 5 minus I in this case? And here also the same thing is, something is wrong here. Yeah, it's 4 4. You know, there's something wrong. I was thinking here is 5 and here is 6. Here is 7. Okay. So it is in decreasing manner and it is in increasing manner, but it is 4, 5, 6, 7. So for here, for this section of the code, we can do write 5 minus I, each and 5 minus I when I is 1, it is 4, when I is 2 is 3, when I is 3 and it is 2, when I is 4 it is 1. And now we can write like right here, j is greater than equals to 5 minus I, right? 5 minus I, and j is less than equals to, now here what we can write, what logic we can build to convey this into a one line code with the help of this. So we can we do one thing. We can, it is in an increasing manner each and every time. So if I write 3 plus I, okay, just take it. When I is 1, then 3 plus I is 4. When I is 2, 3 plus I is 5 5. When I is 3 plus 3 6. When I is 4 plus 3 is 7. So yes, this can, so we can write this here 3 plus I. So you can see how this first step, the second step, and how easily it will convert it into this one line code. This is the only logic we need to print our pattern. So what we can do, we can copy this and put into our if statement here. In a if statement, if this code is visible to you guys, yeah. So we'll put this here. J is greater than equals to 5 minus I. J is less than equals to 3 plus I. Okay. So what if we run this code here? Let's see. It will take a little time. Okay, so here I is from 1 to 4, and j is 1 to 7, and after putting this condition, our pattern will print like this. This is the output what we are expected. And this is the code. I will provide you this code in the comment section also.
In this video, we will cover a hollow half diamond pattern, which will look like this. So let's see what the solution is. Let's go on our whiteboard. So as we discussed in previous videos, we will draw our pattern in a paper like this. This is our first step. This is all our first step, to draw our pattern in like this and draw some boxes and write the number, write the columns and the rows number. This side we will go I. This is J. So by this we will know from where I start and where it end. Or in this we will know from where J start and from where this J gonna end. So let's, after knowing this, we have to go to the our program body. Here we created main class, main function. In this we have created two for loops. One is for I, second for J. So in this, J will run from 1. I will run from 1 to 5. I will run from 1 to 5. Here 5. And J will run from 1 to 9. 1 to 9. So our J will run 1 to 9. So this is our I loop and this is our J loop. Okay. So in this we create a if condition. If this condition gonna true, our star will print. Okay. And if this condition gonna false, then in else part the space gonna print here. Here the space gonna print. Okay. And each and every time this J loop gonna end, our println for the next line also executed. Execute system dot out dot println here, right? That's all. So this is our code. So all we need to do is just write a logic here in this if condition, and each and every time we need to print star, this condition gonna be true, and each and every time we need to print a space, this condition gonna be false. Okay, so let's create our logic. So this is our pattern. After this first step, what's our second step is? Our second step is to doing this. Yeah. Let me adjust some things. Okay. So what's our second step is? So doing this. So all we did in this, we write out the position where the star is printed. So when I is 1, star printed at 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9. When I is 2, star print from 1 2 3 4, not 5, and then 6 7 8 9. When I is 3, it will print 1 2 3, and it's the same. First step is this, second step is this. We do not need to think much. Just do first step here, then do the second step. After doing this, all we need just, how can I simplify this section in a this is in a numerical way. How can we convert this in a logical way, in a programming way, which will be revolve around the J loop. So we will consider one. We will consider from the middle, like we are doing always, like this. We will consider this here. Okay, this is so light. Okay, so we consider this. So in 3, can we say 3 is when I is 3, then J is greater than equals to 1 and less than equals to 9? Yeah, it is true, but is this true in each and every case? So we did not consider this. If I write J is greater than equals to 1 and J is less than equals to 9, then each and every time this line gonna print 1 to 9, 1 to 9, 1 to 9. We need to cover this space from the middle. So what our logic can be? So our logic can be here. Can we write J here? Can we write? Yeah, let me type it. Can we write J in the case of 3? We will be discussing this. Can we say J is less than equals to? Now J is less than equals to 3. I will be discussing about this section only. this is 3 and less than 3, and and j is j is greater than equals to 7. Okay, so either this is 7 or greater than 7, and either this is 3 and less than 3. So this condition will match for this section, this third position. So what we can do next, we will write this section, this line for each and every time. So how it looks, this will look like this. When I is 3, j is less than equals to 3 and greater than equals to 7. In case of 2, when I is 2, j is greater than equals to 4, and less than equals to 4 and greater than equals to 6. Okay, or same, what do you understand what I have written here? I will explain this too. When I is 4, j is j is less than equals to 2, and j is greater than equals to 2. By this logic, we will ignore this section of in middle, which we do not need to print. So each and every time this condition match is this section going to execute, and this condition going to false, this space is going to print. So this is our first step, second step, and third step. After this third step, what we can do, we will create from this logic into a one line logic, which we need to put in that if statement, and our star is gonna be print and gonna shine them. So what we can do, so we'll create our logic with the help of this I, which is 1 2 3 4 5 in an increasing manner. Each and every time I is 1, we need here 5, within 4 3 2 1, which is decreasing, 5 6 7 in an increasing manner. So you have an idea if you watched my last video. So this is similar to them, but in a reverse. This time either this side gonna be in decreasing and this side gonna be increasing. So what we will do, firstly we write our code j j is less than equals to something, and j is greater than equals to something. Okay, okay, so this is, yeah. So what I can do, so compare, build a logic. So can we do one thing? This is in a decreasing manner. So if I do 6 minus 5, 6 minus I, then in this case 6 minus I, then each and every time 6 minus I, when I is 1, this will be 5, and 6 minus 2, this is going to be 4, 6 minus 3, this is going to be 3, 6 minus 4, this is going to be 2, 6 minus 5, this is going to be 1. So what if I write here 6 minus I? Okay, so you can see this matched with the this section. Each and every I is this, and 6 minus I will get them in a right position. And what about this? This is an increasing manner. So this is in an increasing manner, right? So what if I write 4 plus I? Each and every time 4 plus I. Each and every time when I is 1, 4 plus I, 5. When I is 2, 4 plus 2, 6. When I is 3, 4 plus 3 is 7. So this is so easy if you understand the logic. This is 4 minus I. This is 4 minus I. So we will put our 4. This is our main step 4 and the main logic we need to build for all. Now we just simply copy this and put this in our if statement here. After putting this statement here, all we need to just print this statement, and our star gonna be print. If there is no error here. Just let run. Yeah, let's see. Something went wrong. The 6 minus I is 1 to 5. Okay, so in this code, so firstly this is 4 plus I. So as we discussed here, this is 4 plus I. This is an increasing manner. 4 plus I. 4 plus I is 5. 4 plus I is 6. 4 plus I, which is 3. And 4 plus 3 is 7. So here we will write 4 plus I. Okay. And in this case, in this special case, what we want, either we want both case. If this case will happen, this will happen. and this also uh, this case also be true, and this case also be true. We do not need from us both, one of them both. Okay, so basically we will not write and operator, we will write or operator here. We will write or operator here, and same as here also. This in this condition here or operator gonna define. So here in our if condition here we will write or operator. Then j less than equals to 6 minus I, or j is greater than equals to 4 plus I in or operator. Okay, so now we can run this. Let's run it. Okay, so this is our output as we wanted.
The reverse right triangle star pattern. This is our pattern. Let's know what's the logic behind printing this pattern. So let's go on our whiteboard. And here our first step is to draw this pattern on a paper and draw boxes like this. So gonna know from where I start and from where this I gonna end. Same with the j, from where j gonna start, from where j gonna end. So after drawing this on a paper, after knowing this from start and end, we're gonna write our basic body of our Java program, which is like this, which is this. This is a for. There's two for loops. First is I. Second is j. I start from 1 or end up on 5. Same j start from 1 and end up on 5. And here inside we're gonna write this if condition. If this condition gonna true, then this will print x, and if this condition gonna false, then in else part it gonna print space. Each and every time this condition gonna be true, a star gonna print, and each and every time this condition gonna be false, the space gonna print. So the condition comes in here, and each and every time this loop gonna end, star gonna print it. Each and every time this j loop gonna end, we need to divert our line to the next line. For the next line we will print system ln, which is system.out print ln. So after each and every time j loop gonna end, line gonna be diverted into the next line. So here we need to write a condition which get true each and every time. We need to print x, where we need to print x. Okay, so this is our first block, this is our first. And so if you don't know, this is the I, as I written here, this is the j. Okay, so second step is, okay, here we will see. Here we can see our second step, which is this I and j. We need to write down on a paper where the I position and the j position. Each and every time it will show as a where how the for loop gonna run. Each and every time when I is 1, and then j gonna run from 1 2 3 4 5. When I is 2, j gonna run 1 2 3 4. When I is 3, j gonna run 1 2 3. When I is 4, j gonna run 1 2. When I is 5, j gonna run 1. Simple. This is simple. Our first step is this, second step is this, and after, you do not need to get anything in your mind. Just do one step, then do second step. After doing this, you need to go for our step third. And after doing these steps, you easily get to know the output, the logic we need to put in that if condition. So here this also need to remove. Okay, so basically we need to convert this statement into this, a single manipulation which is similar and less customizable than this. So what we're gonna do is just create a condition. So how can this match this is just just start from this. Okay, always start from the middle value, so you will get easily get the logic. So each and every time when I is 3, then j is less than 3, less than equals to 3. This is either either 3 or either less than 3, not about 3 or not greater than 3. Each and every time when I is 3, is it gonna be less than 3. On each and every time I is gonna 2, it gonna be less than 4. So we'll the write this here. Okay, each and every time I is 1, then it gonna be less than equals to 5. Each and every time I is 2, it gonna be less than, it gonna be less than equals to 4. Actually here is less than. Okay, here is less than equals to 5, less than equals to 4, less than equals to 3, less than equals to 2, less than equals to 1. Okay, so now this is the third step. What we need to do now, we need to convert this whole sentence into a one line or a word one word logic. So what we can do to convert this into a one word or one line logic. So we can find the similarities from, always we can find the similarities from I. So I will run from 1 2 3 4 5, but it will, as it is reverse of it, 5 4 3 2 1, 5 4 3 2 1. Okay, so same as the last, we gonna do 6, we're gonna do 4 minus, if assume if I do 4 minus I. Okay, if, from here we can write, in this place we can write this. Is that true? If 4 my 4, sorry, actually it's plus 4 plus I, which is 1, is 5. And same for everyone. Let us show you. It's just, yeah, here it is j greater than equals to 4 plus I, 4 plus I. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, what if consider 1 3, if I is 3, then 4 minus 3, 4 plus 3, how, it's just minus, I guess. Let's figure it out. This is 4 3 2 1 4. When I is 2, 4 minus 2 is 4 5, then 4 plus I is 5, then 5 1 to 8 will gonna be less, it's gonna minus 5, it's gonna 6, 6 minus 1 plus 5, 6 minus 2. Okay, it will be like not like this, it will be 6, 6 and 6 and 6, it will be like this. 6 6 minus I, 6 minus I, 6 minus I, 6 minus I, Okay, so now we can see from here when I is 3, and so we can see this 6 minus I is 3, 3 minus 6 minus 3 is 3. Let go for this. When I is 2, then 6 minus I is 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay, so this is the only single condition. This is a single condition we can write in that if condition. Each and every time this condition is true, our star gonna print. This condition gonna match, and each and every time this condition gonna match, our star will print, and each and every time this condition gonna false, our space gonna print. So after putting this in if statement, our this pattern gonna be print easily. So let's go. We will write j less than equals to 6 minus I. So j less than equals to 6 minus I. Okay, we did nothing much, just write a single statement and let's see what's pattern it's gonna print. You saw some error, it's showing some error on a semicolon, sorry. Okay, now run it. Yeah, it printed, but sorry, here I write the print ln, which I don't need to suppose to write. So here it will running so slowly. Yeah, here is our output is this. So now you understand the logic behind. You need to create this first step, second step, and third step. Why doing 6 minus I is just because each and every time I is in an increasing form, and every time increase and it is a reverse. So each and every time when 6 minus I is happen, the original value which we need to be here gonna be in their place. So this is how this pattern gonna print. If you do not understand anything, we rewatch this video if or you can comment it out. So I will trying to explain this over there also. So or you can check our description. This is slightly different from a pyramid pattern, just because in this we found the gap in even order. So this is some different pattern. So now we're gonna see the logic behind it. So firstly, as we always do, firstly we're gonna draw this pattern in this format in a 5 by 9 box. So this line will represent the I for loop, and this line will represent the J for loop. By this we know our I loop will start from 1 and our I loop will end on 5. And from here we know from where our J loop start and where it end. Okay. So after drawing this, our second task is to draw our basic body for Java pattern. So here in this compiler we will run our wait a second. Okay. So this is class main, when we will create our function public main. Okay, so this is the basic body of any Java program. After this, we will create our basic body of pattern program. So we will write down a nested loop, one loop for I and second for J. So we will create for int I equals to 1. I always start from 1. I will end less than equals to I is less than equals to 5. Either I is 5 or less than 5. So that, so we write here I less than equals to 5, then I plus plus, I plus plus. Okay, so after this, in this we'll write for loop, and again we will create a j loop, j int variable, and j will start from 1, and j less than equals to, j will end up on 9 position. Either j is end on 9 or less than 9. Okay, so this will represent our j loop. So here j will start from 1, and j will less than equals to 9, less than equals to 9, and j plus plus. Okay, so after in this we will create a if condition. So the logic behind this if condition is that if this condition, each and every time, if this condition, we will code like that. So each and every time when this if condition, whatever we write here, this condition gonna true, each and every time our star is gonna print, and each and every time this condition is gonna false, our space gonna print. Okay, so we will create this if, and here we print our star system dot out dot print ln, not print ln, just print, just because we do not need to go on a next line after printing our first pattern, first star. So here we print our star. Okay, or in else part, each and every time that condition gonna false, then our space gonna print. So we have to print our space here in else part. So here the space. Okay, and each and every time when this j loop gonna complete, each and every time when j 1 2 3 4 5 accordingly, when one time j loop gonna end, we need to go on a next line, we need to go on a next line. For this what we do, we will create a print ln function after the j loop, but inside a in I loop. So here this place, I hope you better visible for you all. Okay, so here we will write our system dot out dot print ln, and here we will print nothing, just print ln, just because we need to go on a next line after completing the j loop. Okay, now our main motto is just to create a condition which runs accordingly when each and every time we just need to print our star, this condition gonna true, and each and every time we do not need to print any star, or we need to print a space, this condition gonna false. Okay, so for that we will create our logic. So this is our first step as always. So after drawing this, what we can do, we just do our second step. If you remember what is our second step look like. So this is how our second step look like. Okay, so I will explain you this. So accordingly, this I loop, I on the position of 1, I on the position of 2, I on the position of 3, I on the position of 4, I on the position of 5. Okay, and this is the position of 5 or j, this is the position of j. When I is 1, j will print star on the position of 5, on the position of 5. When I is 2, j will print star on the position of 4, on the position of 6. And when I is 3, j will print star on the position of 3, on the position of 5, on the position of 7. And when I is 4, j will print pattern on the position of 2, 4, 6, 8. When I is 5, j will print star on position 1, 3, 5, 4, 9. Okay, okay. So this is our first step. This is our first step. This is our second step. And now, as you know, we need to do third step. So for third step, here I will put this here. Okay. So this is our third step. So if you understand this, then very good. You're doing a great job. But if you do not, I will explain you. So we basically what we did, we will convert this section of logic into a relational operator, relational condition. So as I explain this, can we say in this position we will consider like we will just focus on this. When I is position of 2, then 4, then we can say either j is 4 and greater than 4. Okay, we can say when I is 2, then j either 4 or greater than 4. Okay, and so same I write here, we can say j is greater than equals to 4. Either j is 4 or greater than 4, so j is greater than equals to 4. And we can also say that j is either 6 or less than 6. Both condition is true in this state. Okay, same I write here. First condition is j is greater than equals to 4, and second is j less than equals to 6. So we need to print our pattern in this, in between this or this. And same for those all here in where I is 3, j is either 3 or less than 3. So we write j less than equals to 3, and j is either 7 or less than 7. So we write j less than equals to 7. In fourth condition, we write either j is 2 or greater than 2. So we write j greater than equals to 2. And we can also say j is either 8 or less than 8. So we write j less than equals to 8. Same for all the condition. I hope you all understand this. Okay, if you have any issue still, you can rewatch this section of video and you will better understand the logic behind this. Okay, this is our first step, second step, and this is, we can say, our third step. After doing this third step, now we need to convert this whole 5 line of code into a 1 line. We need to convert this 5 line of code into a 1 line here. So how can we do? So I will just clear this to remove some messes up. Okay, so we can say, just look this section of row. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see that this is decreasing by 1. Okay, this section of number will decrease by value of 1. This is 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9. Okay, so if we need to find a relation which along with this I for loop, so what we can do, we will just find out. So in this, when I is 1, then we need 5. When I is 2, then we need 6. When I is 3, when we need 7. When I is 4, when we need, so this is in a increasing manner by 1, this is in decreasing manner by 1. Okay, so can I say in this section, can I say, okay, this is increasing by 1, so we can say 4 plus I. Just understand this. Okay, just understand this. When I is 1, so here if I write this for in behalf of 5, so when I is 1, then 4 plus 1 is 5. And if I write, so also same for here, so when I is 2, then 4 plus 2 is 6. When I is 3, then 4 plus 3 is 7. When I is 4, then 4 plus is 4 is 8. When I is 5, then 4 plus I is 9. So we can say in both place, if we put this condition, this is gonna work easily. Okay, so here we will write for you. So this is our AND operator, and here we can write 4 plus I. Okay, now we go on this section. So you can see this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in this case, this will increase by 1, and this is decreasing by 1. 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. This is decreasing. This is decreasing by 1. So in this case, if we get to find the relation from the I loop, what we can do, we just you just think, if I write this section in a way which is like 6, if I write 6 minus I, okay, in the place of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in each every place, if I write this, so is that true? So just consider this, when I is 1, and when I is 1, then 6 minus I is 5. When I is 2, then 6 minus I is 4. When I is 3, then 6 minus I is 3. When I is 4, then 6 minus 4 is 2. When I is 5, then 6 minus I is 1. Okay,
So now this is here. I will just erase it and write in a proper manner. So here, okay, I just need to create the font size. Okay, so here we can say 6 minus I, 6 minus I, we can say j here, here in this section we write first this j greater than equals to 6 minus I. Okay, and operator, and just because we need to consider both conditions are gonna be true, so we write and. Then secondly, what we decided this for this section, we write 4 plus I. So I write j less than equals to 4 plus I. 4 plus I. Okay. Okay. I will just move here. Okay. 4 plus I. So now what? Now we can put this condition on that if statement. Then what our pattern gonna print easily. So just write this here also. This is j greater than equals to 6 minus I. Okay, and j less than equals to 4 plus I. Okay. Acha. Now if I run this, okay, okay, so this is our output after putting this if condition. So just look at this output. Here I will zoom it. So here the output. This is our output after that program, and this is what output we need to print. Okay, you can see what's the difference in this both pattern. So this is slightly pyramid which filled by all stars, but we need that space. We need that space here. We need that space. So this space not gonna print. We do not see any space in between. So now we need to build a little logic to just print our space along in this pyramid. So now I will explain you. What will I do? What will I do? I will just create. I will create a variable. I will create a variable. I will create a variable boolean. Boolean. We can say k. Boolean k is boolean k, we will put in first place as a true. Okay, in first place, this will be our true, and each and so I will firstly we will create our boolean variable. So here after the I loop, after the I loop, we will create our boolean variable. Boolean, we will create our boolean variable which is k, and this which will be true. Okay, which will be true on our first place, true. So what's the logic is each and every time at first place when a first time a star gonna print, after that we need a space, then we print a star, then we need a space. In you can see the similarities. Each and every time when first time a star gonna print, after that we need a space, then a star print, then we need space, then we star print, then we need a space, then we print a star. If you're thinking why before this, so no, I will j in when I is 1, j will run only 5 on the place of 5. When I is 2, j will run for 4 to 6. When I is 3, j will run from 3 to 7. When I is 4, then j will run from 2 to 8. When I is 5, j will run from 5 to 9. So when the first time a star gonna print, after that we need to print a space, and after printing a space we need to print a star. So what we gonna do, we will firstly in first place our boolean variable is true. Okay, so what we do, when our star print at first time, we will be false our k. We will change the value of k into the false,
and when the value of k is false, then it will goes on the elsewhere part, and on the else part, when on the else part we will make our k variable again true. Okay, I will write a code, then I will explain you. So what's the logic? At the first place when our star print, okay, so here I was, when j loop runs, our star gonna print, and after that I will change the value of k equals to false. Now now if j's value will increase or change and it will be true, in this condition gonna be true, it will comes in, and we will add a and operator again here and put k, and this time k is false, then this whole condition is gonna true, just because and operator, each and every condition gonna be true, need to be true. So here k is false, then this condition gonna false, so this will jump into the else part, and in else part we will print our space, and after printing the space, what we will change the value of k into true. So now again, after printing this space and the changing the value of k, this j loop runs again, and then again this condition gonna change, and now this time this k condition is true. So if this k condition is true, this will enter, and it will print x, and then again k value is false. So by this, first time our star will print, then it will again gonna false, k gonna false, then condition gonna false, then print space. You need to remember, before this logic, our pyramid have been printed successfully. On that, no space are there. So remind this, and after, and now each and every time our first star gonna print, then after printing we will change the value of k, it is false, then again a loop runs and condition gonna false, then it will goes on an else part, and then space gonna print, then after printing space we will turn k into again true, then again condition gonna check, then condition gonna be true, then we will print star, and k again gonna false. So along this, after printing star, our space gonna print, after printing star, our space gonna print, then star, then space. This is the simple logic, this is the simplest program with a little bit logical modification in pattern. So we will, for some little advanced pattern, we will use our k loop. Each and every time we need to change our slight changes, we will use k loop. So here, this is not, we can use also k loop, but not recommended. So we will create a boolean variable. This also work. In C programming, we will create a case for loop and do such things, but no need to do in Java. We just simply create a boolean variable and get and play with true and false. So I hope you understand this. If you understand this code, I will zoom in. So this will here our body will start, and this code runs like this. Okay. After doing this, print, if I print, we will clear this, and if I print our output, okay, if I print our output, if I run this, you will see what the output is. So firstly the error we found, so the here we just miss a semicolon. Okay, so again we run this, again we're gonna run it. Okay, so here you can see this is our output, this is our output, and this is the output we need to print. You can see the exact pattern what we need to print. For little confusing, if you can't connect with the space, if you don't see the space and get confused, so I will write underscore at the place of space. So if I write underscore and replace the space and now run, then you can see the space also. Now it will run. Okay, so you can see this. Here is star, then star space star, star space star space star. Then this is the exact pattern. This is the exact pattern, we need to put space, 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 all the space here, and the stars. So this is our pattern. This is our logic. If you do not understand and get confused, then rewatch this video. In this video, we're gonna learn this pattern. So this is 9 by 5 matrix, and this will look like this. And by this diagram, we know from where our I start and where it end. And here we know from where our J start and where it end. Okay, so after knowing this, we're gonna write our basic body of a pattern program. So let's go on a compiler. So here in this compiler, I will write class main and main function. After that, in this we will write for loop of a I, for int I, and for loop of j, int j. Remember, this j loop is a nested loop which is inside the I loop. So after creating this for loop and creating a variable I or j, we will complete this. For loop start with I start with 1, and I will end on less than equals to end on. I will end on 9 position. I will run from 1 to 9, right? So we'll write 9 here, and I will increase by 1. Same for j. J also start from 1, and j end on the position of 5, 1 to 5, right? So we'll write 5 here, and j plus plus. Okay. Now in this we will create a if statement. If statement. Each and every time this if statement gonna true, we will print what? We will print our star. Here we will print our star. Okay, so in each and every time whatever condition we put here, that condition each and every time gonna true, we will in this condition gonna print star. Each and every time this condition, the if whatever condition we put here, that gonna be true, our star gonna print. Okay, so and each and every time this condition gonna false, on that place our space gonna print, right? So now we need to design a condition which we put here, and that condition works as whereas we need to print star, it will print star, and whereas we need to print space, it will print space. Okay, I hope you understand this code. One more thing here, each and every time when j loop will run completely from 1 to 5, we need to get our cursor on a next line. We do not need to continue from like same here. We do not need anything to continue like this. We need each and every time when j loop complete, j loop will run from 1 to 5, our cursor goes on a next line, and it will start from again from 1 to 5 on the next line. Okay, so for that we will write a next line, and in Java we can also write println. So we will write this after j loop, but inside the I loop. So we will write here system dot out print ln. Ln will work as a next line. Okay. Now only thing we need to do is build a logic which we need to put here in this if statement. Okay, let's go. So now this is our first step. After writing this, and by the helping of this, we will go on our next step, which is second step. So I will put that here for your help. I will explain you. So this is our second step. So if you don't understand this, I will explain you. This is the position of I. When I loop run, I will run on 1, 2, 3. When I is 1, when I is 2, when I is 3, and when I is 5, and so on. So when I is 1, we need to print our star on the position of J1, on the 1 position. And when I is 2, we need to print our star on the position 1, 2. When I is 3, we need to print on the position of 1, 2, 3. And when I is 4, we need to print 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I is 5, we need to print star on the position 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I is 6, we need to print star on the position of 2, 3, 4, 5. So here is some catch. So you see that this will run as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an increasing manner, and after 5 it goes like in a decreasing manner. Okay, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here is some catch. So we will build our logic for that. Now what we do, we will write our third step. So this is our third step. I will put that here and I will explain you that. Okay, so here the same, we write in the position of I 1 to 9, and by the help of this action, we write these conditions. So what this condition means is, this is J and this is the position of J. So we can say that, if I was talking about this line, okay, so we can say that this is either 3 or less than 3. We don't, it all start from 1, so we do not put any condition for that. This is the by default, but the end we need to put end condition. So end condition is either this is 3 or less than 3. So we write here the either it is 3 or less than 3. Now if we talk about this also, it is either 2 or less than 2. So we write here J less than equals to 2. Same for all. Here also same, either it is 4 or less than 4. So we write 4. So this will work as a J less than equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after 5, it's also go on 4, 3, 2, 5. Okay. So I hope you understand. I do not say you understand the condition, but I hope you understand the logic how I write this condition. Okay. How I write this. So if I take the example of from here, it is a position of I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is not wrong if I write this J less than equals to I till 5, just because I also goes on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this here we need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But the catch is after 5 it goes on a 4, 3, 2, 1. But here we need here our I goes like a 6, 7, 8, 9. So this condition gonna be valid till when J is 5. When I is 5, this condition gonna true. But when I is greater than 5, this condition goes wrong. So now we need that. I will erase this. Now we need this. We have something which run like this, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5 it will run as a 4, 3, 2, 1. So what we're gonna do, we will create another loop. We will create another loop which is k loop, and this k for loop, we will create a condition on the behalf of that. This k will run, k's initial value is gonna be 0. Okay, and the condition we put, we will create if statement, and that if statement says when I is less than equals to 5, when I is less than equals to 5, when I is less than equals to 5, we need to do k plus plus. We need to increase k by 1. Okay, and when I is greater than 5, and which by mean this condition gonna be false. This condition gonna be false. On that case, we need to do k minus minus. So by this logic, our k will run like from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5, this condition gonna be false. From starting when k is 0, but come here it will increase by 1, just because it's less than equals to 5. It is gonna be 1, then it's gonna 2, it's gonna 3, it's gonna 4, it's gonna 5. But when I is greater than I is greater than equals to 5, this condition is going to false, and it goes on an else part, and in this else part it will decrease by 1. So at this place our k's value is 5, then it will decrease and it will come on a 4, then it will 3, then it will 2, then it will 1. Okay, the I position, just because I is not gonna be less than 5 again, it will run as a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it always, after 5 it will decrease by 1, and before 5 it will increase by 1. So we need to write logic like j less than equals to k here, and k will put here. So our second logic is this k run like this. On the behalf of that, it will satisfy all the condition which is we need to required here. So you write j less than equals to k. So here I will write j less than equals to k. Now this is the condition, but we need to create a int variable. So here before the I loop, I will create a int k equals to, initially it is 0. Initially it is 0. So what we do, what initially it is 0. Okay. So what we're gonna do after coming inside the I for loop, what we're gonna do, we will create a if condition. Okay. If I less than equals to 5, when I is either 5 or less than 5, on that condition, till that condition, we need to do, we need to increase k by 1. Okay. Wait a second. We need to increase k by 1, and when this condition gonna be false, what we need to do, we need to decrease k by 1. So we write k minus minus. I will explain again. Firstly we create a k variable, and k will run, k will increase by 1 each and every time this condition gonna be true. The condition is when 5 is either k is when I is either 5 or less than 5. When I is either 5 or less than 5, on that condition k will increase by 1. K will increase by 1 here, right? And when I is either greater than equals to 6 or greater than 5, either 5 or greater than 5, I mean when this condition gonna be false, when I not either 5 or not less than 5, on that condition it will decrease by 1. Okay. So by this help of this, our k loop will run as a 1 2 3 4 5. After 5 it will goes like 4 3 2 1, right? So here I write, that's why I write the k here, and by writing this k, our this condition match all along, and this condition gonna be true. So if you understand this, and you can rewatch this video, and now let's run this and see what's the output. And the output, it comes what we need. Okay, so it goes like here. It will be, I will full screen this. So this is our output. So this is our output, and this is what we need to print. So it's 1 by 5 and 1 by 9. So this is also 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and 1 2 3 4 5. It is also 5 by 9, and what exactly pattern we need to print. Okay, I hope you understand this code. I hope you understand this code. If any kind of confusion you have, then you can drop a comment and either rewatch this video. Diamond pattern, which is look like this. By drawing this pattern, we know
from where our I start and where it end, from where our I end now, from where our J start and where it end. After knowing this, after doing this pattern on paper or any whiteboard, we go on our compiler and write down our basic body of a Java program. After writing this main class and the main function, what now we will write down our basic body of a pattern program. So for that we will create a for loop. We will create a nested for loop. Okay. So this is the first for loop. Inside that for loop, we will create again another for loop, which is we call nested for loop. Now the first for loop, which is I for loop, I will start from 1 and I am gonna end on the position of 5. So I will write I less than equals to 5. Right. And I will increase by 1. So we write I plus plus. Now this second for loop is for j. J equals to j will start from 1 and j also gonna end on the position of 9, right? So we write here j less than equals to 9, and it is also increased by 1. We write j plus plus. Right. After this, we will write down our if statement. This if statement is just a main part of this program. So, and we'll also write a else part of that. So if this if condition gonna true, so what we will do, we will print our star. So here I will print my star. Okay. Same. When this if statement gonna false or gonna wrong and it comes on a else part, it will print our space. Okay. So now you know it will goes around this if statement. So what we need to do or what logic we need to build is the condition we put here in this if statement. We need to build a logic and build a condition like that. Each and every time that condition gonna true, our star gonna print, and each and every time this condition gonna false, our space gonna print according to this pattern, right? According to this pattern. And after one time I loop j loop gonna run from 1 to 9. After that we need it goes my cursor goes on a next line. Not gonna continue with same line. To we need after the end of the j loop the cursor goes on a next line. So for that behind the j loop, after the j loop we will write a next line. So for that we write system dot out dot print ln. Ln function work as a next line. So it take our cursor on a next line. Okay. So it's print ln. Right. I hope you understand this code. Now we need to build a logic or a condition which we put here on a if statement. So let's go. So for this pattern, what we're gonna do, we will consider this line to print and this line to print. We need to build a logic for these two lines. We don't go on a regular logic. Okay. So I will. So for that, what we're gonna do, we will write our. So here I will explain you what's this. So this is the position of I. This is the position of I, and this is the position where star printed. When I is 1, it will star print on the 5th position. When I is 2, so, okay. So now what we see, if I write down separately this line or separately this line on the behalf of I, and then we will find out some similarities. So for that, let's do. Okay. Okay. If I write down this I loop here, I write down also here. This is the position of I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And first box we will write the position of J.
So position of j goes like 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Okay, we need to do 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Okay, by this line, our I position and j position, and we will put our second box also for the same here. Now again same, I will write down the I position. I will run from 1 to 5. Now the position of j, on behalf of this line. So this goes like 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, right? So like this, like that. Okay, after doing this, now we need to find out some similarities so that we can write down whole this section of number in a one line of code, and that one line code will be true on each and every place. How can we write? So when I is 1, then we need to print a star on the position of 5. When I is 2, we need to print a star on the position of 4. When I is 3, we need to print a star on the position of 3. Same as here. When I is 1, we need to print a star on a 5. When I is 2, we need to print a star on a 6. When I is 3, when we need to print a star on a 7. Okay, so now we need what we do. So let's think about it. So for the similarities, can I write this as a, if I do plus, if I do 1 plus 5, so what's the answer? What do you think? The answer is 6. Now you can see the magic. If I put addition on every place, so then you can see the result of this is always 6. The result of that is always 6. 5 plus 2 is 6, 5 plus 1 is 6, 3 plus 3 is 6, 2 plus 4 is 6, 5 plus 1 is 6. So this is a little similarity we found. Now let's about this line, okay? Let's come in this line. So for this line, so what we're gonna do? So for the similar, if I do 5 plus 1 here, then how it goes is 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay, good. And second line, 5 plus 5 is when I is 2 and j is 6. Then I plus j, what is the output? It's 8, but here is 6. So this is the wrong. So what we do? We will put minus. Now you can see the answer is 4, right? Now if I put I on every place, if I put minus on every place, then the result is always 4. This is the basic similarity we found on both box. So here is for this line, it is 4, for this line is 6. So this is the similarity we found. Okay. So each and every time, so we can say that each and every time I plus j, each and every time I plus j equals to 6, when I plus j equals to equals to 6. On this position, this condition, we need to print our star. So by this condition, the whole line gonna print, right? And or after once this print, it go on further, and again this we need to print. Okay, so we will put or operator for that. So we will put or. I hope this will be visible for you. So now I will write each and every time when I minus j equals to 4. So I will write, so let's write this on a clean. I will write I plus j equals to 6, or I minus j equals to I minus j equals to 4. Okay, so this I minus j is equals to 4. in this condition, by this condition, if we put this condition on a if statement, by this condition, what we will print this line and this line easily. I hope you understand the logic. For you can rewatch this video if you don't. Now, after putting this statement, what output you will find? You will find this line and this line like this. And now we need to also print this, the bottom line, the line which is this. So for that, what we do? We will put another condition which says when I is equals to 5. When I is equals to 5, then also we will need our condition gonna be true. So when I is 5 equals to 5, our star print on every position, just because our if condition gonna true on when I is 5, then on the position of j, each and every time this if statement gonna true, and our star gonna print. So in the end, we will put another condition which says I equals to 5, right? So this is the condition we will building to print our pattern. So just let's write down this condition, copy this and put on our if statement here. If you remember, if I put this condition here, okay, after putting this, each and every time this condition gonna true, this condition gonna true, our star gonna print, and this condition gonna false, our space gonna print. Okay, so after writing this, let's run this. Okay, can we run? So what we need to do, we will put our j on a first place. So let's do j plus I, just because we are running on a j loop first, then we will find the condition of I. So okay, now again we will run. Okay, here you can see the output. Here you can see the output, which is look like this. If I'm right, this is the output we need, and this is the output we got. Okay, so you will see the program on the computer screen, which is this, and this is our output.